Good evening, Roehampton Club. We're going to do another 45 minutes of Pilates tonight. You're going to need a block, a couple of lightish hand weights, and a stretch band. Good. Let's start straight away. Once you've got your equipment, including your mats, make sure that you are in a safe environment. You can't see me, so that's not good. Let me pull you forward a little bit, otherwise I'm very much headless. There we go. Okie dokie. Panic over. Let's stand with our feet hip width apart. Stand nice and tall. Our tail is gently tucked between our legs. Our pelvic floor is lifted. Our belly is pulled in. And we're going to start with shoulder rolls backwards like we often start our sessions with. And just scan your body from the feet into your ankles, into your knees, into your spine, shoulders, and your neck. How are you feeling today? Is there anything that you need to pay a little bit more attention to, or are you feeling good? Right, you're going to pull the shoulders back and down. You're going to inhale to pull the arms up. And then you're going to exhale to bring the chin forward and bring the hands in front of you. Let's go again. Bring it up and bring it down. And again, lift up and take it down. Let's keep going with that. I have to kick the cat down quickly. If you go. Couple more times. Bring this up and bring it down. Last one. Take it up and back down again. Fantastic. We're now going to start with our slow marches. So breathe out as you lift that leg up. And it's nice and slow, so you don't want to bring that foot down in any hurry. Make sure that the core connects. The floating hip is lifted. Good. 2 more. We've got 1 more. Good. And take it down. If you need a little bit of support for balance, then go and stand somewhere where you can hold on to something. We're going to bring one leg out to the side, making sure that our core is connected, and we're going to swing this leg from side to side. Flex your foot so you don't get stuck. Good, and make sure you keep breathing. Over the midline and out again. You've got 3, 2, and 1, and bring that down. Good. Let's do the other side. Lengthen the leg to the side, flex your foot, and swing it. Make sure the standing leg is nice and long. Make sure you don't hold your breath. Keep going with that. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Good. You're going to grab your band. Going to push my mat forward a little bit. Make sure you've got some space to work in. Okay, so we're going to hold the band taut, but you're not really pulling on it very much. Good, and it's about a little bit wider than your shoulders. I'm going to show you from the side. You're going to engage your core. You're going to come down into a squat. And on the way up, you're going to pull those arms as far back as you can. So down into a squat. Breathe out and pull those arms back as far as you can. So you want to feel a lovely stretch through your shoulder joints. And you want to feel how the core connects. So make sure that you're not arching your back. Take it down and back up again. Good. We're going to do 2 more of these. And up. Do it again. Take it down and up. Last one. Take it down and up. Good job. Okay, next one up. We're going to stand wider than shoulder width. So a fairly wide stance. So we're going to bring one foot forward and the other foot goes back. But make sure you've got a really good gap between your feet. Back heel is up, please. Arms come forward. Good. You're now going to bend your knees. And on the way up, rotate one side. Then take you back down again. Rotate the other side. Take it down and rotate. take it down, and rotate the other way. Now, if you find that this is too strong for you, then place your feet parallel and do a squat instead of a lunge. And rotate. So what you're after here is torso movement and sideways. Good, let's do it one more time. Take it down, come up and rotate. Good. And then come together and shake out those legs. We're now going to go into the same position. So feet are wider than the shoulders. The other leg steps back. Good. So I'm going to show you from the front, this one. So my feet are wider than shoulder width. My other leg is at the back. I start again with the arm in front of my chest. And now I'm going to bend my knees and bring the arms up. And back forwards again. Good. Now have a little look. We're going to take this down. And then we're going to bend over to the side. Back to the center. And up. Let's go again. Bend. Bend to the other side. Back to the center. And up. Good. Keep going. Really clench your bum. And sideways. Back up. And up. Good. Let's go again. Take it down. Side bend. To the center. Band in front of the chest. Go again. Down. Side bend. Back to the center. And up. Last one. Take it down. Side bend. Back to the center. And up and step together. Good job. Well done. Excellent. We're now going to drop the band onto the floor. If you've got osteoporosis, come forward with a straight back. Everybody else, we're going to take the chin to the chest. We're going to roll it down. Try to find the back line stretch. So everything along the back line of your body, your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, your shoulders and your neck. Come back up again. And then lift the arms above the head. Tucking the tail in, you're going to lean back to find the tummy stretch. Make sure you're not arching your back. Twice more. Chin to chest, osteoporosis, straight hinge forward. Lean a little bit further forward here so you have a deeper stretch. And then inhale, exhale back to the top. Lift those arms. Lift the breastbone up. Keep those hips tucked in. Let's go one more time. Chin to chest, roll it down. Lean forward. Inhale. Exhale to come back to the top. Bring those arms up. And once again, stretch into it. Good. Right. Before we go onto the floor, let's do some upper back. So we're going to grab our hand weights. We're going to start nice and tall with our core engaged. And on the exhale, we're going to lift those arms above the chest. Not all the way up, just a little bit higher than your chest. Good. We're going to lift up. Then we're going to pull our elbows back. We're going to bring the arm forward again and down. Make sure you don't arch your back, so tuck your tail in. Lift up. Pull those elbows together. Bring it back to the front and down. And lift up. Pull the elbows together. Back to the front and down. Lift up. This time, double pulse. 1, 2. Back to the front and down. Imagine you've got a grapefruit stuck between the shoulder blades. You want to squeeze the grapefruit. 3 pulses. 1 more pulse. Back to the front and down. 4 pulses. Lift up. Pull back. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Make sure that those hand weights aren't too heavy. If you can't feel that you're pulling the shoulder blades together, that's probably because you're so busy trying to lift those hand weights up because the hand weights are too heavy. And 1 more, please. Bring it forward. Back down. Last one where we pulse 6 times. Lift up. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward and down. Fantastic. We're just going to go into a lovely little side bend and back to the center. Little side bend and back to the center. Good. What I would like you to do is a side bend and then hand above the head. Bring it back down again. Side bend. Bend the elbow, bring the hand weight above the head and back down again. Do it again. Side bend. Lift the hand above the head and down. Good. And again. Side bend. Lift the hand above the head and down. One more time on each side. Side bend. Breathe out to lift the hand weight above the head. Bring it down. One more time. A side bend. Lift it up and bring it down. Perfect. Good. Let's go onto the floor. Go down on all fours and start with your cat's cow. Just need to quickly change the camera angle a little bit. So knees are underneath your hips, hands are underneath the shoulders, and you're going into a cat cow. Spread your fingers on the mat and off we go. Moving through that spine, finding length in the spine, finding a nice rounded back, and then length again. So don't think about arching your spine. Think about lengthening the spine and rounding your spine. So what you don't want to feel is any increased pressure into your lower back. 2. Last one. Good, coming up into a nicely rounded spine and then sit back into your child's pose as far back as your knees are happy to go. Good, and then come up. You need one hand weight next. So grab one hand weight. Good. 4-point kneeling again. Beautifully engaged core. We're going to pull the elbow in line with our torso. And then we're going to extend the arm. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. So this is your level 1. I'm very happy for you to stay with this. But if you want a challenge for your hip stability and your shoulder stability, what you can do is extend the opposite leg to the moving arm. Good. And just rest your big toe on the floor for a level 2. For a level 3, you're going to lift the leg up, hold it lifted, and keep going with your arm movement. Hold it lifted up. Give me a long leg. Some of your legs have a knee that's bent. Really long leg. Good. Keep going. You've got 5 more. 4. Make sure the hip doesn't drop. Feel how the core engages. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Toe down, knee down, hand weight down, and sit back into your child's pose again. Again, as far back as your hips, your knees can take you. Come up onto your knees and shake out that wrist. So if you were in a level 3, that was quite a lot of wrist bearing. Let's do the other side. So, neutral spine, make sure you push weight into your fingertips, lift the elbows up, make sure the core is engaged, back of the head is lifted. We're extending that arm, working the triceps again. If you want, you can extend the opposite leg of the moving arm and just keep that big toe on the floor for a little bit more support. However, if you can do more, lift the leg up and make sure you stay perfectly still and make sure that your whole upper body is beautifully lengthened so that knee is perfectly straight. Keep pulling that tummy in, please. You've got 6. Breathe out on the lengthening. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Fantastic. And place the hand weight down, place the knee down, come up and shake out your wrists. Good, okay. Back into the 4-point kneeling position. But this time you're going to drop the elbow onto the mat that's furthest away from the screen. You're then going to extend the leg that's closest to the screen and you're going to lift it up. We're now going to rotate our whole spine so the hips are open and your face is facing towards the camera so you can see me. Good, then bend the knee to 90 degrees. Bring the leg over to the side. Good, now close your legs without touching the floor and open up your legs. Good, I always say it's a bit like a doggy weeing against the lamppost. Take it down, inhale. Exhale to lift. So the ones that didn't catch this, you're on the elbow that's furthest away from the screen. Good. Lift it up, breathe out. Good. Warming up that hip. Lift. Good. And now hold it lifted. Hold it lifted. Good. You're now going to extend the leg. Pull the knee towards the armpit and extend the leg. Good. Inhale, pull the knee towards the armpit. Exhale to extend. Good. Don't drop your head. Keep looking at the screen. Head is lifted. Don't move your neck. Good. Inhale, pull in. Exhale to extend. Good job. One more time. Pull in, inhale. Exhale to extend. Good. Look down to the floor, turn your hips and bring your knees down. Come up and again, shake it out. Good job. Come back onto a 4-point kneeling position. Take the elbow that's closest to the screen and place it onto the floor. Take the leg that's furthest away from the screen and lift it up. Then lift the hip up and turn the head away from me. Bend the knee to 90 degrees and bring it in line with your hip. Then close your knees and we against the lamppost on the exhale. Close your knee and exhale to lift. Don't lengthen your leg. Some of you are lengthening the legs. We're not lengthening the leg. We're keeping the knee bent. We're lifting to the side, straight to the side, as though you're weeing against the lamppost, like a dog. Breathe out. Breathe in down. Keep going. Breathe out. Yes, and breathe in. Keep going. You've got one more. Lift that leg up. Hold it. Now extend the leg. Pull the knee to the armpit. Extend the leg. Pull it in on the inhale. Exhale, extend the leg. Starting to feel like hard work. Pull the knee to the elbow. Exhale to lengthen. Inhale, pull the knee in. Exhale to lengthen. Keep everything lifted. Inhale and exhale. You've got one more. Pull the knee to the armpit. Extend the leg. Bring it all the way down and rest. Shake it out. Did you breathe or did you hold your breath? Now that I can't see on the screen. Good, let's go down onto the floor. Listen, I'm a little bit restricted with space, so I'm going to cry out if I can fit into my space. So what I want you to do, I want you to lift your arms above your chest, and I want you to be able to drop your hand weights without knocking anywhere. So without knocking anything, so without touching any cupboard or furniture. Good. Once you've measured your body in that fashion, bring the hand weights onto the floor. Make sure your knees are bent, your feet are on the floor. Excellent. You're now going to start with pelvic tilt. So breathe out to pull the 2 hip bones towards you. Breathe in to reverse. And what you really want to try to do is you want to try to find your deep core muscles. So lift the pelvic floor up first, then pull the belly button in, and then tilt your hips and breathe out. Try your very, very best not to clench your bum cheeks. Only have equipment underneath the head if you can't lie on the floor pain-free. Or if you can't pull your chin forward, if you can't lengthen that neck gently. Good, okay. Make sure you're not holding onto the hand weights, place them next to your hands. And now we're going to tilt our hips and we're going to come up into a bridge. So peel your spine away from the floor, bone by bone, all the way to the top. Make sure the shoulders are engaged. Inhale at the top, and then exhale to bring it back down again, bone by bone. Into neutral, inhale. Exhale, tilt and lift, really engaging the bum cheek and the whole back line as those hips are lifting. Try to open up the front of your hips as you go up and down. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do one more and then I'm going to give you options. Easier options and then at the very end a hard option. Okay, we're going to come all the way to the top. Good, and we're just going to practice lifting both heels off the floor. So you're standing on 10 toes. On the exhale, you lift your heels. On the inhale, you bring both heels down. Do that a few times. Lift your heels and bring them down. Really make sure you feel that your glutes are working. If your glutes don't engage properly, you're going to feel this in your hamstrings or calves. So make sure that you are using those glutes, your core. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to take it down. You've got 2 more. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in, heels down. Last one. Breathe out. Breathe in, heels down. Take a deep breath in and roll it back down again, all the way down. Okay, so level 1, we're going to go through these levels together. You're going to imprint your lower back. So pull the lower back onto the mat so your lower back is flat on the floor. Take your hand weights and place them above your chest. Make sure you don't use hand weights that you can't control. Okay, so my hand weights are really light. I've got a 1 kilo hand weight here. I'm going to drop one hand weight overhead and the other hand weight goes down to my hip, and then I breathe out to swap hands. I don't touch the floor with either hand weight. So I'm just hovering as close to the floor as I can and then swap it again. Good, and it's a scissoring motion. It's a scissoring motion. Breathe out and they meet over the top of your chest. That's it. Good, finding that deep core engagement, pulling the 2 hip bones towards you, drawing the belly button in, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the chin into a nicely forward position and making sure your rib cage doesn't lift off the mat. So pull the front of your tummy down. Your rib cage needs to be pulled towards your hip bones. This was your level 1. Bring it back up. If you thought that was easy, great. Let's move on. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we imprint our lower back, then we peel and we hold it in a bridge. Hold it there, tuck your tail in, same thing. Arms are going forwards and backwards. This is your level 2, so a little bit harder because we're destabilizing the body plus more muscle groups are now working. And breathe out and out and out. Good. 2 more and then we move on to level 3. And last one. And then lift those arms up. Good, we're now going to lift our feet, our heels off the floor. So the heels are lifted, you're standing on 10 toes. Tuck your tail in, off we go. Make sure the shoulders are working. Same thing, breathe out. So if you get to the level where you think, oh gosh, yeah, that's hard for me, then stay there. Work on that level. Try not to go over the top. So level 4, if you find that level 4 pulls into your lower back or that you're losing the height, then go back to this level. Good, and bring it up. Level 4, ladies, you're now going to engage and lift one leg up. I'm still on top of my 5 toes there. So off you go. Make sure you're not swaying. Don't sway. Come on, lift your heels up. Lift those heels up. The foot on the floor, the heel is lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Bring both arms up. Bring the toes down. So 10 toes are on the floor, not the heels and the toes, just the toes. Lift the other leg up. I'm still on my tippy toes. Here we go, other side. Keep breathing, keep lifting those hips up. Knees right above the hips. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring those arms up. All 10 toes back on the floor. Then the heels back on the floor. And then inhale, exhale to roll it back down again. I do hope that you found one of these challenging. Good. We're now going to do 2 pelvic tilts. 1 more. Good. And we're going to imprint our lower back again. We're now going to pull our elbows out to the side and we're going to bend at the elbow and back to the top again. Pull the elbows out to the side. You can touch the floor with the skin of your upper arms. So we're placing those upper arms onto the mat before we lift back up again. So there is floor contact for this exercise. Good, listen, we're going to hold the elbows in that position. Fantastic. Pull the shoulders gently down your back. And now you want to drop the forearms down as well and back up again. Make sure your shoulders don't lift off the mat. Take it down. All of your lower back is firmly attached to the floor. Breathe out. Breathe in. You might find a little stretch. And if not, just enjoy the movement. But make sure your shoulders stay on the floor. Breathe out. And I'm not going forward. I'm just going above the head. I'm not going forward. So from elbow position into surrender position, from elbow position into surrender. Good. Now listen, bring those knuckles to face the ceiling. Good. We're now going to go one in surrender, the other one forward towards the hips. Yep. And then you swap. Try not to lift those shoulders off the mat. So only give me as much range of movement as you can with those shoulders gently pulling downwards. You might not be able to touch the floor with your forearms, and that's okay. You do what you can. It's all about mobility, and the hand weight helps you to find a little bit of a deeper position. Be careful if you've got rotator cuff issues. Obviously, do what you can. You've got 3 more. 2, plus 1, and 1. Bring those knuckles back to the ceiling, and then take the hand weights and place them onto the floor. Oopsie. Okay, let me put the bottle up again. Take your bands and strap one of your feet into the band. We're going to hold the band fairly tight. So it depends a little bit on what sort of tightness the band is to start off with. I'm pulling my knee towards my chest, and I'm super gluing my thighs, not my thighs, my upper arms into the mat and my shoulders. Good. On the exhale, I'm going to push into the band until the knee is straight. Good. Find resistance. And then very gently release it again. Inhale. Exhale to push. Inhale to bend. So you want to go really nice and slowly. Exhale to push. Really use the resistance of the band. Inhale down. Make sure you use your shoulder engagement, your postural muscles, so the elbows never lift off the floor. Keep going. Feel how the leg works as you lengthen. My knee is making all sorts of funny noises, but it's not connected to any pain, so I shall ignore it. 2 more times. Inhale. Make sure it doesn't lift your elbow up. Last one. And lengthen that leg. Good. We're now going to let go of the band a little bit, so it's a much softer grip. And now we're going to drop the heel down. And we're going to lift the heel up into a lovely stretch. Feel the back line of your leg open up. Take it down and lift it up. Try to relax your ankles. So you don't want to flex your foot as such. You want to relax the ankle for now. We're going to do a deeper stretch in a moment. So the elbow should still be on the mat. Your knee should be straight. We're now going to go a little bit deeper into that stretch by just simply flexing the big toe. So you really pull the big toe towards you and heel the heel up to the ceiling, and find a deeper activation into the hamstrings and your calves. You got 2 more. You've got 1 more. Lift it up. Perfect. Good. Nice. You're now going to point your toe. I'm going to need to move down my mat a little bit. You're going to lengthen the opposite leg, and you're going to give me really generously big circular movements through those hips. Round and round. So we're mobilizing our hip joint. We're keeping the opposite leg firmly attached to the floor. We're finding a really nice big motion. Avoid the furniture, or I should say that to myself. Change the direction. You have to make sure you don't kick any of the furniture. Keep your hips nice and still. Make it as big as your hip joint allows you to go. If you feel that you've got a little bit of a clonk in the hip, sort of a deep popping noise, then just reduce the range of movement a little bit. You've got 2 more and 1 more. Good. Listen, we're going to come out of the band for now, just to give our hands a quick break. But we're going to place the band on the side of our body that we haven't yet worked on. Good. If you've got osteoporosis, you need to give me pelvic tilts. If you haven't got osteoporosis, you're going to interlace your hands behind your head. We're going to imprint our lower back, and we're going to come up and down through abdominal flexion. Look between your thighs and back down again. Look between your thighs, osteoporosis, neck issues, pelvic tilts. Breathe out and back in again. Wonderful. And 2 more. Last one. Good. Hold it here, then lengthen your arms. Now, if you are not lifting your head up, imprint your lower back and lengthen your arms as well. And then start pulsing in through the nose and out through pursed lips. Good. If you want, place one leg into tabletop and then the second leg into tabletop. Whether your head is lifted or not, you can lift those legs into tabletop, but make sure the lower leg stays firmly attached. The lower leg, the lower back, stays firmly attached to the floor. So whether or not you can do this is very, very much up to you. So you want to be able to keep your lower back stuck to the floor. We're going to pull one knee to our chest. We're going to pull the other knee to our chest. So when the head is on the floor, this is a little bit more challenging. When the head is up, it's a little bit easier to do. So give me the single leg stretch legs as you give me an upper body 100. And breathe out and out. Keep going. Feel the burn in your stomach. Good. You've got 4 more. And 3. And 2. And a 1. Legs back into tabletop. Hold on to those knees and gently bring your head onto the mat. Well done. And just rock along the back line. So what you should have felt is that connection into your stomach muscles. Good. So you've got the band on the correct side already. Let's wrap it around our foot. And we're going to start off again with quite a tight grip. So you're holding that band fairly close to your foot, and then imprint your shoulders and your upper arms into the floor and then push into the band. So the stronger you are, the tighter you can hold that band and press into it. Really feel how you are using your leg muscles to lengthen that leg. So don't be too gentle with yourself. Your leg muscles are fairly strong. Push up. All the way into that straight knee. 2 more times. Push it into it. We've got 1 more. Push it up. Hold and let go of the band a little bit. So a little bit more of a gentle grip. Good. And the foot itself, the ankle is relaxed. You're going to take it up and down. And every time you come up, you want to come a little bit deeper into that stretch. So we haven't got the foot flexed yet. We're going to do a few of these before we start flexing the foot. Just feel this around the knee on the back line of your leg. So now, flex that foot and come up with a flexed foot. That's it, but try to keep your knee straight. Lovely straight knee. Deepen it with each one. Last one. Good, hold the leg. And now, lengthen the opposite leg and press it into the floor. Point your toe again and find big hip circles here. Breathe out as you pull the leg towards you. Breathe in as the leg goes away from you. Try not to rock the hips and give me a straight knee, please. Give me a straight knee. Good. We're still holding that band. So each of your hand is busy. You're not holding the strap with just one hand. 1 more. Change the direction. Round and round. Pull those elbows into the ground. That's it. Lovely. Make it as big as you can. Find more mobility with each circle that you do. You've got 2 more. Press the opposite leg into the floor. You've got 1 more. And relax. Good job, everybody. Drop your band and come onto your side, please. Come onto your side. Grab your block and bring it underneath the hips. Good. Line up your body. The feet line up with your coccyx, line up with your shoulders and the back of your head. Good, we're going to lift the top leg up. You know this one. It's a knee to knee, toe to toe. So we mobilize through those hips. We're trying our best to keep our hips facing forward. We're trying our best to exaggerate the movement. So really using all of our hip muscles to rotate that thigh bone in the hip joint. Good. So the foot needs to be lifted as you go knee to knee. So everybody lift your feet up more as the knees touch together. That's it. And rotate. Lift the knee up as the feet are touching. You've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Fantastic. Give that a little rest. Coming up onto all fours. Find beautiful spinal alignment. Take your hand and start your thread the needle. Look underneath. Inhale, exhale, lift the arm up to the ceiling. So what you're after is movement through the rib cage. Look over the shoulder. And then again, look over the shoulder on both ends. Keep going. Pause in the middle. Think about your posture before you go again. Look over the shoulder and then up again. If you've got osteoporosis, you need to just do it gently. You're not forcing anything, so avoid the end range positions. If you haven't got osteoporosis or spinal issues, you can push it a little bit harder. So lengthen the arm a little bit further over, look a little bit more intensely over your shoulder, and then lift up. Find that rotation. We're going to do one more on the other side. Look over your shoulder and lift it up all the way to the ceiling. Good, and relax. Excellent. Let's take the block. Let's move over to the other side. Lie back down again. Bend your knees so the feet, the bum, the shoulders, the back of the head, everything is lined up. We're going to go knee to knee and foot to foot. And when you go knee to knee, you want to lift that toe up as high as you can. Good. And if you're struggling a little bit to understand where your body is in space, you might need to look at your moving leg a couple of times so that you are doing knee to knee and toe to toe rather than knee to floor and toe to heel. Okay? So knee to knee, toe to toe. You can do heel to heel if that makes more sense to your brain. Make sure the hip bones are facing forward. Keep going. Nice deep rotations are really exaggerated. Give me all the mobility you can get out of those hips. Oh, some of you are touching the floor with that knee. Make sure you hit the knee. That's better. And foot to foot. 2 more. Last one. And relax. Good job. Okay. So we've got a couple of minutes. I'd like to fill that with a plank. So we're going to do our plank on our elbows. So come onto your elbows. Have lots of breaks if you need to. Elbows are underneath the shoulders, your legs are long. You're going to draw the belly away from the floor, lift the breastbone away from the floor, and then lift your hips up. Tuck your tail between your legs. Yeah, and hold it there. If you can do more, roll your toes under and come up into a full body plank. Now my knee is particularly sore tonight, so I'm going to keep my knees on the floor to decrease the pressure into my knee. But you can do this on your toes if you prefer. Really feel how you're drawing the 2 hip bones towards you. Inhale through the nose, out through pursed lips. Make sure you lift the back of your head up as well. Nice. You can also come onto your hands if you prefer. Keep going. Make sure you're not holding your breath. The breathing is really important in this. Have breaks if you need to. Really tuck your tail in, so make sure that your lower back doesn't arch. You've got 4 more breaths. 3, 2, don't collapse on me. Instead, lift your bum up and walk the elbows towards your knees. Find your child's pose again and relax into the child's pose as low down as you feel comfortable. Good job. Nice deep breaths. Good, and then come up onto your knees and just give me a couple of big shoulder rolls. Make sure that you're not dizzy. That is it for tonight. Good job, everybody. Right. Okay, so I'm going to log off quickly, and then the ones that are here live can say goodbye in real time. So thank you for coming, everybody. It's always a question of finding the right button.